We're so excited to have Dr. James Dixon with us tonight. Dr. Dixon is the Houston chapter president of the NAACP. Most of y'all may know him as Bishop James Dixon. He's been around Wheeler more than one time, plenty of times, as he is the pastor of the Community of Faith Church here in Houston. That's not Acres Home. Where are you? Is Acres Home? Okay, Acres Home. You know, I'm not a Houston native, so I get my neighborhoods confused.
Those Dallas people.
Yeah, I'm a transplant. That's all right. But Dr. Dixon, we are so excited to have you. As I said earlier, Dr. Dixon has been busy. I've been in meetings with him a great portion of the day, and he has been running and gunning. I hope you got some food, sir. I got me some.
Not yet, but I will later.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to turn it over to Reverend Odom and get us started with our evening, because I know you have another engagement even after this one. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me, for sure.
Thank you so much, Dr. Angela. Yes. So we know fasting does the body good, even if it's involuntary, right? So it does the spirit good, sorry.
Absolutely.
Bishop Dixon, welcome to you. We appreciate your service, everything you do. I have some of the most powerful memories in the last couple of years in this struggle is going to Austin and watching you lead us, prayer marching on the Capitol, and being physically seen and having our spirit felt. So thank you for all that you do. How are you? How are you this week? And just, everything that's been coming at us, good to see the NAACP getting an opportunity to have a seat at the table, so to speak, and have a voice heard. Just reflections on where you're at as we navigate this latest tragedy.
First of all, thank you very much, Reverend Odom. It's good to be with you. Good to see you as well, and blessings to you. And I'm always honored to be a part of anything the Odom family is doing. So thank you, and certainly to Reverend Angela Raven. It's good to be with you as well, and all of the social justice ministry team there at the amazing Willie Avenue Baptist Church, and the incomparable Dr. Marcus D. Cosby. We honor him on tonight as well, and we honor the pastor emeritus.
Yes.
My founder, mentor.
I know you love him.
Oh, I love him, and I was the first one who nicknamed him Pope, and
I heard that. I said that to Dr. Angela.
Yeah. Yes. And I get in trouble for it some places, but I don't really care because that's just a title that he's worthy of. But good to be with you. This week has been challenging, and these are challenging times that we're in. I'm doing well by the grace and mercy of God. And I don't say that just being cliche-ish and to sound religious. Every day for me is another proof test that grace and mercy still works, and his mercy is everlasting. And I'm humbled, to be honest with you, that God still decides to use my life. The older I get, the longer I'm doing anything for God, the more convinced I am that I'm not qualified to do it. Nobody's more amazed than I am that God does anything that makes sense with my life.
Yeah, he uses you.
Yeah, I'm very humbled by that. And as it relates to this ministry of social justice and this movement, for such a time as this, I believe that God has us, each of us, the two of you included and others, in the positions that we're in for such a time as this. He saw these times coming, and so he created us. He brought us on the scene because he knew that he would need us for these kind of moments. When you think about the tragic shooting in Buffalo, New York, and an 18-year-old, we would normally call an 18-year-old a kid. An 18-year-old, of course, he's not a minor, but he's 18 years old, Peyton Gendron. Hate so filled with hate, so filled with the poisonous ideology of white supremacy, that he felt it was being loyal to his regime to exterminate blacks by way of an assault rifle. And this is not untypical. Unfortunately, we see this as a growing trend. The FBI has numbers that indicate hate crimes are on the rise in general towards Jews, Latinos, Asians, LGBTQ citizens, and others. But blacks are the highest on the list. We are the most hated people in this country. Can you imagine that? We should let that sink in, soak in. We are the most hated people in this America. And people like this 18-year-old and others, we talk about Dylan Roof, another 18-year-old kid. And the question—
Kyle Rittenhouse, yeah.
Kyle Rittenhouse, of course. And we can, repeat that saga over and over, from Orlando to Sutherland, Texas, and that list gets longer. But the question has to be raised: how does America continue to reproduce racists of that extreme in every generation? And what is so faulty about the American culture? And when you think about the amount of hate rhetoric and racist rhetoric that is heard over our airwaves every day by influential voices, perpetuating this narrative of the Great Replacement theory, fear-mongering and causing whites to feel like blacks have this ultimate agenda of dominating the nation, of taking ownership of it. And it's as if, when you think about it, for them it's racism in reverse, because that's the philosophy they had about America when we were enslaved, and have maintained that ideology for now a couple of centuries, so at least 3. And so they believe we have to think like they thought, that we would come of age and multiply and dominate to their suffering. And because it's difficult, that the psychology says that evil cannot imagine good. Evil can only imagine evil. And so people who are possessed with evil cannot imagine someone else would be good to them, because you don't know how to receive good if all you know how to do is give evil. And so that's what we see happening in America in these mass shootings. And then the assault rifles that are only made and designed to kill humans rapidly. And the fact that we've got a political regime that refuses to address the disproportionate amount of assault weapons and weapons of mass destruction and mass death in a society that we expect to be civil. And then in a state like Texas, we have permitless carry. So we legalize carrying weapons without a background check, without any training. And then we act surprised at the amount of violence and shootings that are taking place every day. All of this comes together to create a very, very, very unsafe society. And so that's racism in a whole nother level.